Saturday Fight Week Show fans, Fight Week Show people, them, and look what the cat has dragged in. We have Oki, the Zulu warrior, Bolaji. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you for the invitation, and everything's doing fine. Of
This
course.
this is this is so good to have you on. We know that you're just on your way into the Dana White Contender Series. We've had a few guests like that on that. You know that they're just on the way to Dana White Contender Series, and you've just joined the illustrious list of those people that have been on there. But tell me,
Yeah.
right? We know we know how exciting of a fighter you are, but there is a pathway that led you to all of this. Can you tell us about your come up, how you came into MMA, what really inspired you into it? You know how you found your coaches, your gym that you're now working with up until this point. Please tell us,
Yeah.
your whole come up.
Well, first of all, I always was like a sportive kid. I always like sports. I started with soccer. I was running all around. Then at age of 16, 17, I was like doing only fitness and everything, and I was with the friends. But we were fan of MMA, boxing, all combat sports, and we were the time of Rampage, Rashad Evans, Tito Ortiz, we were like, wow,
Mm,
it's different from the wrestling WWE, because when you're a kid, that's what we watch. But
that's
after
right.
that show, they were like UFC. We were like, wow, that's so dope,
Mm,
and we were like, let's try this, and at 17, we went to a gym in Brussels, and then I fell in love. I fell in love. I was like, yeah, that's what I need. That's me. It's like, and since then I never stopped. Like every day I was training, 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 and after 6 months I had my first fight, and then I knew that that's for me.
mm,
And since then I was like in the gym was called Ringside, but for after 3 years 4 years I moved out to Da Vinci Fighting. That's the gym where I'm at with my coach Valon Bachar and Agon the boss, and we were working like my striking, so I was like doing a competition in kickboxing, MMA. I was doing both, and I was amateur till 21. In 21, I went pro. I lost my first fight, and that's when I was like, okay, I never want to feel that again. I'm gonna train harder and harder.
mm,
And since then, I've been on a winning streak
mm.
that leads to me. And my goal was always to like go to the UFC, because of course when you're an MMA fighter, that's where you want to go. That's where the best are, and you wanna prove yourself, and you wanna see how go you can go. So yeah, here I'm at. And Dana White Contender Series is a big opportunity for me. I was waiting for this like now it's been like 10 years because I'm 27. So
Yeah.
it's been 10 years now that I'm doing MMA, and still looking up for my dreams, and now I have that gates, and that's like the last gates before joining the UFC. So I'm like training twice more, and everything's good. I'm preparing like hell. I'm ready for war. I'm ready for war. So yeah, here I am.
This is very very interesting, and I follow you on social media, and I can see how shredded you is. You're in serious shape, brother. I,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I can see the hard work. I can see the professionalism that goes into your work, and it's clear for everybody to see. And people go and follow Okibolaji, the Zulu warrior, on Instagram. His link is going to be in the description below. Go and follow him. Go and check him out. Go and support what he's got going on. Um, proper gentleman, and he's got a lot going on there. I want to double back a little bit on some of the things that you mentioned in your come up. You mentioned that you first got into soccer, and soccer was your thing. Is there any team that you actually follow in football? Do you follow and do you support any team? Uh,
Of course, like I always loved Barcelona,
okay.
because my favorite player was Ronaldinho.
Oh,
Since
everybody loves
yeah,
Ronaldinho.
since I was a small kid, I was like a fan of Brazil and Barcelona, and
Yes,
he left, but I still was with the team, with
with the team.
Messi and everything,
Yes.
and bit by bit, I let it aside, and I don't watch that much soccer.
Hmm. Yeah,
Now I'm like full MMA, full
because of
boxing, full, But yeah, when I was a kid, I was like, that was he
Barcelona.
was my idol,
Yes. I
Ronaldinho.
mean, Ronaldinho was a fantastic footballer. You can go online today and see some of the tricks that he
Yeah,
did with football. Proper
that's my
iconic,
guy. That's my guy.
iconic footballer. And yeah, you're right. He's one of the greats in football. And yeah, it's a good team to
Yeah,
follow.
he made me love soccer. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, and the other thing that I wanted to touch on, you because by your name, just by your name alone, I'm of Nigerian descent, and I wanted to know you. I can tell that you are as well. You got a Nigerian background just from your name, but you live in Belgium. Did you emigrate to Belgium as a younger, or was you born in Belgium, or
yeah.
how,
So
how was all of that?
yeah, so I'm born in Belgium here. My father is Nigerian, and my mama is Zimbabwean. So I'm
Oh,
half
Nigeria, Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwean and half Nigerian.
Right, right.
But I grew up with my mom. My dad passed away when I was small.
Oh, sorry
So
to hear that.
yeah, it's
Condolences.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm, it's in my blood, and I'm proud. I'm proud to represent Nigeria and Zimbabwe also,
Yes.
and of course Belgium because I live
Yes.
here.
You live in
So
Belgium. Yes. I mean,
never forget where you come from, and
100%,
yeah,
100%. I agree with you. And you know, you have now a responsibility for three flags, to represent in Nigeria, for Zimbabwe and Belgium, where is your home country as well. So this is an important journey that you
yeah,
have that you have that you have going on, and I'm sure you're going to get support from all three corners of those countries. 100% sure of that. Now let's get on to like your management. You're managed by Paradigm Sports, and
yeah,
we know some of the fighters that Paradigm Sports have on their roster. I have one of them right behind me up there.
yeah. The sun,
Uh,
yeah, that's also my guy.
I have
That's
one of
my
them right
guy.
up there behind me. I'm a big fan of Easy, but we've heard excellent things about their representations, for their fighters. Can you walk us through how they got to start managing you, and the advice that you may have for up and coming fighters? You're not up and you've been in the game for 10 years. You know what I mean? But up and
Yeah.
coming fighters that have just stepped into the game and they're looking for that guidance. What can you tell some of the people that are watching right now? About your
Yeah.
management.
So like what happened is it's my coach. Really, my coach is he used to be a fighter also. So
Mm.
he knows he has contacts and everything, and he has a good friend, Dennis Crowell, and he's the
Mm.
boss of Super Pro, and also he's the coach of Rico.
All right.
Rico, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the heavyweight king, and it's like via contacts, and so they presented me to Paradigm, like okay, he's the guy, he's the one, and I'm like the only Belgian that's that signs with Paradigm, so
Wow.
I was blessed because I know that that open doors. They have, like you said, fighters already in the UFC and everything. And the thing is that we were just like waiting the right time, the right time, the good moment. And yeah, we were patient, and hard work pay off always. So they checked my profile. They saw the Zulu. They saw the future, and I believe in myself, and they believe in me.
Yeah.
So it's like it went automatically together, and we were just waiting for the right moment to have the opportunity, and now we have it, and let's go, man. Let's
Yeah,
go.
man. This is fantastic, man. And
Yeah.
people, fighters, up and coming fighters that are watching right now, if you're looking for new management, there's certain ways and certain guidances that you need, like you said, with your coach also being a fighter, that's guided you in that way.
Of course,
So
I have like 100% confidence on my coach, and that's super important. Like blindly, he's the one to guide me, like you said, and tell me what to do, tell me not what not to do, and so yeah, I'm with my coach 100%, and he was the one to make the contact and make it easier also for me. So yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. You have to when you're in the sport, you have good people around you.
100%,
Be
100%.
surrounded by good people and go to the same way, and my coach is like he's the one who, I told him, yeah, coach, I want to go to the UFC, and he said I will do everything in my power to get you there, and
Yeah,
here I am,
yeah,
because
yeah.
I trust him, and I did what he asked me to do, and I did it, trained. He has the contacts, he made it for me, and now we are. So it's like a teamwork,
Fantastic.
teamwork, and here we are.
I love it. I love it. Let me ask you this, and this is where we start changing gears and talk about your journey going into the Dana White Contender Series. So you're on a 7-fight win streak, and all exciting finishes. I mean, the last finish you had was a knee to the liver. Like
Yeah,
all exciting finishes. But what does a momentum that you have like that? What does it do for your confidence going into the Contender Series?
man. I'm a finisher, like you said. I like to hurt my opponents, and when I see the opening, I go for the kill. But I'm intelligent also, so I'm not like always rushing or no. I hurt you, I feel it, I know it, and then I hunt for the kill. And of course, like I said, I have confidence in me. In the sport, you have to be. If you're not confident, if you don't trust in yourself, doubts will get you. And when there is doubts, then you will not be 100%. So I know I fight my best when I'm like 100% confident, and I know I have trained so hard. I know I've done everything in my power, and now the rest is in God's hand. 'Cause I trust in God, and I know, and I trust the process, and I've done my part. After what happened happens, but I know I've done everything I can to to win. And when you know that, you ain't afraid of nothing. I'm not afraid of going over there and just fight, because every time I go to fighting, I pray always before. I know I'm ready. People believes in me. I believe in me. And let it be.
Yeah,
Sometimes just let it be,
yeah,
and it works for me. Like
yeah,
every time till now, like my first fight, my first professional fight was I lost, but from that loss, I gained so much more. It's like I knew what I had to do. It's like I needed that loss to get better. To so since then, I'm I'm in a whole other mindset, and it works for me. So yeah, I'm fighting a good opponent. He has experience, he has everything, but man, I'm ready for this. I've been training all my whole life. That's my chance, and I don't care. You can put me anyone. I will prepare for you, and let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
this is very, very interesting to hear. And when people listen to this and they hear about your mindset, because of all the most important things with the skills, with the IQ, for me the mindset is probably the most important because
Of
it's the
course,
strongest part of the body to take into a war on war situation like you're going
exactly.
into. And when you have that mindset, there is nothing that can stand in your way. And I believe you when you tell me about your mindset, you make me believe you. You make me
Yeah,
believe you. And this is very, very good. This is very, very good. Um, Let me ask you this: every fighter, if they're being honest with themselves, would say, "I have strength and weaknesses." Right? If you had to point out something that you've challenged in the past, in say your even as a young fighter coming up, what your weaknesses were that you turned into a strength, or what your strengths are that you believe maybe if you don't take care of it properly, it might turn into a weakness. What are these things, especially for young up and coming fighters that are watching
yeah.
your videos?
Well, when I was like amateur fighter,
Mm,
I was more comfortable with my striking. I love to strike. I love to put KOs and everything. So, like my first loss, that's where I learned. My first loss, I was against an opponent. Now he's my sparring partner. But he was like a wrestler, so he I couldn't strike like I was used to be. He put me down, and I'm like, fuck, I'm down, like Habib does, like
yeah,
he
yeah,
puts you down, you're like, oh fuck, and at the end of the fight, you're like, I didn't do my best, and I know I can do it,
mm,
so I would say that before, because now it's not the same.
mm,
Before, I was the lack of my wrestling. My striking was there, but my wrestling was a bit under. So I've been working since my first loss on my wrestling, on my jiu-jitsu, so that it will never happen again. And since then, you can see my
yeah,
fights,
yeah,
they're afraid of my boxing, so they're all like, okay, well, I have to put him down. And when he lost, it's because we put him down. So they tried, but of course they tried, but it's
yeah,
not the same. Now they see, oh, I can't put him down. You
mm,
know, so now they're like they're like fuck, and I punish them afterwards. So I would say that my wrestling was a bit my downfall, but
mm.
now I really feel like
Level up.
I level up in every situation. My striking, my wrestling, my grappling, and like you said, I have a strong mindset, and the mindset is the most important. And if one day I don't have that mindset and I have doubts and everything, that will be the thing that will make me go down. It's mentally, but I'm so strong mentally because, like I said, I know where I come from, and I come from, like nowhere. We were not born rich. I was raised only by my mom. By my mom, she raised us alone, so it's difficult at home. It still is difficult. I trying my best to help her like I can, but when you know that you come from like nowhere, and you have that chance, the opportunity to change everything, you
Mm,
go for it, and you're not afraid because I won't lose anything but gain everything, and so my mindset is unbreakable, it's like, man, you can't break me,
yeah,
even in training, I push, because we all have limits,
mm, That's
We
right.
all have limits, but when you reach your limits, that's where you push, and every time your limits go higher, higher, higher. And me and my coach, that's what we are doing, like all the time, every day, But intelligent, you need to rest, sleep, eat well, train well, also, Like you said, you need to be professional, and everything will be okay. So when you know that you train as hard, you push as hard, you have your mindset where it has to be. What can go wrong?
Mm.
Train everything. So now I feel like I don't have any, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
And the 29 August, he will see. Because of course for him, he will, he will try to find, okay, what this, what that, okay, he does this, maybe we can do that. But everybody gonna see. He
Everybody's
will
good.
see.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that day, when it comes around. We're going to be tuning in. We're going to be rooting for you, and we're going to be supporting you, and hoping that you bag that contract. Now, you were the first ever atomic champion,
Yeah.
right? What did that mean to you then, and how much would it mean coming into the UFC and becoming a champ down the line? What would all that mean? Because once you're a champ, in my eyes, once a champ, always a champ.
Exactly.
And that mentality, you carry it with you. Even though you was atomic champion, every promotion, every bit of your career, you carry that mentality with you. What would it mean for you to one day become a
It
UFC champ?
means the world for me, because when you're a fighter, or in every sport that you play, or you do,
Mm.
you will everybody wants to be like the first one. You have a couple medal, you have belts, and it's like, it means the world, because having a belt is like, okay, I'm the champ,
Mm.
and that's a thing that I was looking for, like my whole career. I was like, man, I want that belt around me. When, and I was always like bothering my coach, like, coach, let's go. I want a belt, a title belt, a title fight. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I was supposed to fight for LFL for the belt, but it was the time of Corona and everything, so it couldn't be done. Afterwards, I was the atomic champ, so it meant for me, like, it's like your hard work like pays off, and so it's so satisfying, when you see the results, and with the belts, so having the atomic belt was like a blessing, and showed me that, you see, with hard work, with patience, sacrifice, you can do it, and UFC, man, that's the main thing, that's the elite of the elite. So of course you dream about that belt, and I'm looking forward, so, but first things first, and I'm looking for my fight 29, and afterwards I have my contract. We have the UFC. Like, I'm like step by step, and hopefully we'll get that belt.
Yep. Yep.
It's a matter of time, but now I'm focusing only on that fight, and then we'll see for later. But of course, having a belt is so satisfying, and means the world for me. So yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud.
People, you heard it here first. Step by step, we'll get there, and we'll get to the belt. That's what
We'll get
Bolaji said. You know what I mean? You better believe that, people. You better believe that. Okay. And let me ask you this. We know you love the sport so much. You've been involved in the sport for so long, and now you're here. But when you look at the landscape of the UFC, is there say a pro fighter, past or present, whether they don't fight for the UFC no more and they've already gone, or they're still there? Is there somebody that you see over there that you say, you know what, I would have loved to share a cage with this guy and compete against this guy? Who would that person be and why? Past or present?
Well, it's a difficult one because I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the UFC fighters, and I respect all fighters. And I was never like I was never like I would love to fight this guy or this guy, because I was like, I'm not in their level when I was looking up for them, you know. Now it's different because now I'm going to the UFC and I'm like, I'm gonna see all those stars and everything, and like, wow, it's so I don't know, you know, I don't quite know. I have big I love, there's so many fighters that I love, but I don't know if I don't know, you know. I don't really tell me like, yeah, I would love to share the octagon with him. I love to fight because I'm the kind of fighter who fights whoever you put in
They
front
put
of
them
me.
in front of you, you just get it.
Exactly. I don't ask questions. I don't like, I want to fight this guy or this guy. It's just, okay, you want to fight this guy? Let's go. Let's fight. Okay, we fight that guy. You know. But if it's a guy that's like I don't know, Conor McGregor, Poirier, Justin, you know, or Justin, I would be like, wow, you know, because I've been seeing them like, as a fan, you know.
Yeah.
So it would be weird a bit, but we're gonna get there, you know. We're gonna get there, but like I said, step by step. First of all, I have to get that contract and get to the top 15, the top 10. So you know, we're gonna see who is where and what can we do with my coach. But I never look for opponents, and just put me somebody, anybody, I don't care. Just give me something to eat and I will eat, you know. I don't choose my food, you know.
I like this mentality as well, man. It's almost like beggars can be choosers, but you put them in front of me and I will finish.
Exactly. And whoever it can be, you know, like a star or, you know, I don't care. That's my job, you know.
Yeah.
That's your job. Go. The fighter don't ask the questions, you know. My coach handles all of that, you know, my managers and everything.
Yes.
Me, I just fight. Put me somebody in the cage. Let's go. I will prepare for him and let's go. You know?
So in other words, you are like the finished product. The coaches, your manager, they do all the
They do all of that stuff. That you know, I don't. Exactly. It's not in my mind who Nanani searching, and no, I don't want to have that on my mind. Just tell me, okay, that date, him, let's go. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Got you. You know, this makes you even a more fascinating, more interesting, more a must watch, a must see kind of fighter, and very, very, very interesting indeed. Right, I know we're running out of time now, and I know you've been training so hard today. So I'm going to ask you a couple more questions, and then we'll get out of here. You mentioned just now Dustin and Justin. Now you mentioned those two names. We know they're clashing for the BMF belt. We saw George Masvidal. He brought the belt to the stare down. What do you think of these two sort of fighters going for this belt, and what do you think that does for them in terms of, say, what their next step is, and what do you think is going to win?
Well, that's a tough one, huh? That's a real tough one. Dustin Poirier was they fought once and he won that fight.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like a 50-50 fight because both are super dangerous and it can go any way, you know. So I can't tell who's gonna win. I'm also waiting for that fight and super excited for that fight. Super big fan of of Dustin and Gaethje.
Mhm.
And man, it's a tough one. I can't say, and I can't say, and
Um,
I'm really like the may the best man win, you know. And it can be Dustin like or Gaethje. I would be glad for either of them because I like both of them, and yeah, the for Gaethje hits hard
he's like a
and he
truck.
doesn't care, you know.
Yes.
He doesn't care.
He can
But
take a lot of punishment as well.
yeah, he goes to war and let it be. And I like that mentality also because you know he has that dog in him, you know.
Yeah.
But Dustin also, you know, and that's why I love both of them because they have that same type of thing. Like let's go, and they don't break that easily, you know. And that's why it's gonna be a hard fight because. Mentally they're both strong, physically both strong, both of them hit hard. So sometimes Gaethje goes like auto mode and doesn't think and just go for war, you know. So I don't know if it's a good idea, but maybe it has to be maybe technical because Dustin Poirier is like maybe a bit um, he's smarter a bit. I feel, you know, I
Yeah.
feel that he's a bit smarter and maybe he will, you know, be more technical than Gaethje because Gaethje once he's like a beast mode. He goes like, you know, hanging and everything, and
Yeah.
so maybe it can work because you know a shot is a shot, and
Yeah.
in MMA you never know. So it might help him, but maybe not. You know, and
Yeah.
maybe he will get fatigued, he will get tired. You know, because he throws bombs every time, bam, 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 bam. And Poirier, he chooses his shots. You know, so
Measures.
yeah, you know. So I guess maybe Dustin Poirier,
Mhm.
but we never know. We never know, and I won't be surprised if Justin win or Dustin win because,
It's gonna
like
be
I
a good
said,
fight.
it's 50-50. It is gonna play in little details, but for me, it's like it will be like that. You know, maybe Gaethje will rush and goes to the big hammers, big bombs, and Poirier maybe if he can, you know, like. Stands the storm, you know, and then he can come back and finish Gaethje like he done first because he already fought him once and win. So when you know that you already fought a guy that you win mentally, you know that okay, I've done it before, I can do it again, you know. And Gaethje is like, I gotta get that back also, you know. Let's see, let's
Interesting
see.
fight. Very, very interesting fight. Very,
Yeah.
very interesting fight. And lastly, before we get you out of here, what can your fans, what can the audience, what can the people of Belgium, the people of Nigeria, the people of Zimbabwe, what can they expect from you in your bout in the Dana White Contender Series?
They can expect the Zulu warrior in fire, man. They can expect that I will give my all like I always do, and I will represent them. Just believe in me, believe in the Zulu, and you will all see. So I'm super hyped up. I'm super focused,
Mm.
and that's 10 years of waiting for this moment, you know. And now it's finally there. So you can bet that I will give my all. If I have to die in that cage, I will die. You know, that's just to tell you how far my mentality is. You know, if, I will give my all, and he has to kill me if he want to win. You know, but he ain't gonna be easy, man. He ain't gonna be easy. So
As your father,
tune in. The Zulu
100%.
Warrior is coming and it's coming to Hertz. And inshallah, like we said, we're gonna get the victory, get to the UFC, man.
Fantastic.
and have the same T-shirt you have, man.
Fantastic. I mean, you have been a pleasure to speak to. It's always fantastic. Talking to people. In your position where you're about to embark on a big journey, and seeing you go through that journey and getting to the other side of it is gonna be fantastic to follow. So everybody that's not on that train yet, this is the Zulu Warrior Bolaji train. If you're not on it yet, this is the station to jump on it right now. Go follow him on his socials. Go follow him on all, with all his MMA endeavors. Go support him. We're going to be supporting you, and hopefully after your fight, we'll be able to bring you back on, and we'll talk about it and see what's next for you. If that's all right with you. Okay.
Thank you so much for the invitation, and looking forward to speak to you again after my fight.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, people, thank you so much for tuning in, people. Go Sup, like I said, Go Sup. I'm not going to stop saying it. Go on the Insta, go on social media and support Oki, the Zulu Warrior Bolaji. Real fighter is about to embark on the Dana White Contender series, and he's going to be doing big things in the UFC once he bags that contract. So go show him some love, and up until the next video, people, we are out. Salute.
Hey guys, this is John Anik from the UFC. You're watching the Fight Week Show. Please subscribe, not now, but right now. Subscribe to the Fight Week Show. We'll see you guys on the road soon.